What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we will be having a look at the Bandai Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy Collection, the White Ranger. Here we do have the White Ranger, in the packaging. He does come with Saba the sword, and as well as a holster for Saba. We do have an image of the White Ranger right here, which looks really nice. Always one of my favorite Rangers. Series 3 does contain the Yellow Ranger and White Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Black Ranger, Blue Ranger, and Pink Ranger from Space Patrol Rangers. I think that's what they're called. I don't really know. White Ranger, does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece for the Megazord, so you really don't need him to complete the Megazord, which is okay, because what was he going to come with anyway? Power Sword maybe, who knows. But with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a little break, get him open up, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have the White Ranger posing out of the packaging. Before we get on to the figure, let's actually have a look at his accessories. He does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece for the Megazord, which is to be expected because he wasn't part of the Dino Megazord. But he does come with his own weapon accessory, and let's actually show that off really fast. Just like with all the other Rangers, he does come with his very own holster, as you can see right here when the camera decides to focus. And he also does come with Saba, the White Tiger's sword. Not the White Tiger Zord, but the sword itself. And there's a pretty decent amount of detail on here. You can see the texture right here on the blade looks really nice. Then we have the actual blade of the saber. We have some gold paint right here. It's cast in white plastic, so I'm glad that it's cast in white and then all these other colors are added to it. Really loving the detail of the White Tiger emblem right here. And then you can see it, they did a really good job painting Saba's face here. Although it is lacking a little bit of detail, it's okay for what it is. The amount of paint on it is enough to know what it is. And if you want to have Saba at his side, you just want to go ahead and slide it in right here, like so, having Saba like this. Peg hole right here, and then we just peg that in, like so. Or if you want to have Saba out and in his hand, you can do that. I will say that his hands are a little bit bigger than the other Rangers, so it does accommodate Saba right here. So let's actually zoom the camera out. So really good that you can have him posed with Saba, and you can get him quite a few decent poses with it. Moving that out of the way, and let's just take this off right now, so we can get a quick comparison really fast, because I do want to point some things out about this figure. So here we have the White Ranger, and here we have the White Ranger posed next to the Green and Red Ranger. Now, for the most part, he is a reuse of the Green Ranger, and you can see exactly how he stacks up to the Red Ranger. The only parts he really shares from the Red Ranger is probably the neck piece and maybe the legs and this lower piece right here, his abs, his waist, and his legs up until his boot cuff. But other than that, he really doesn't share too many parts from the Red Ranger. He shares more parts from the Green Ranger. If we can move the Red Ranger off. Now, his upper torso isn't the standard Ranger. If you can actually peel this back really fast, so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see he has the same straps that the Green Ranger had, if we can just move that right there. So he is utilizing the Green Ranger upper torso, but for the most part, he actually has his own unique parts. His, I guess, shield, if you want to call it that, is unique. His biceps are unique. His gauntlets, his hands are all unique. And then we go on to his boots, which, despite looking like all the other Rangers, his are actually sculpted differently. He actually has somewhat of a T-joint, or a T on his boots. Well, you can see right here, they just have the strap going across the side right there. So overall, quite a bit of different details on him. Even his shoulders, if we can bring in Green Ranger really fast, are completely different sculpts, which I really do like that. It actually does allow for better articulation, which we'll go more into that in a little bit. But looking at the helmet was always one of my favorite parts of the White Ranger. You can see just how nice the tiger looks. I don't know, there's something about the white and gold that really brings it out. You can see the black is done really nicely. It's not as glossy as his vest here. I would have liked it if the visor was just as glossy as that, but still looks really nice. You can see he even has his gold armbands painted on. I believe his gauntlets are sculpted in, or cast in gold and then painted with the black. But even his hands are a little bit different. His hands are actually bigger than the other Rangers, in case you're wondering. We have his belt, which looks really nice. Again, the white tiger emblem, really good. Just a really fantastic job on the details on him. The only thing about his vest is that it is glossy and it will attract dust a little easier, so keep that in mind. We go on to his braces right here at his shins, and then onto his boots. So overall, I think they did a really, really good job on the White Ranger here. So let's actually move on to his articulation. Now, he does have the same articulation as all the other Rangers. Granted, just like the Green Ranger, his is a little hindered. He has a ball joint in the head, which really doesn't allow for side-to-side pivot, but we do get left and right on that ball joint. He has a hinge in the neck, which looks back about that far. Down about that far. It would go lower, but it does butt up against his vest or shield, whatever you want to call this. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. They would do a 360 if his armor wasn't in the way, and even though it is a softer plastic, it's not pliable enough to really do anything, and you can see it is jetting his arm out to the side. So be aware of that when you're moving him around. He does have a bicep swivel. He is double jointed in the elbow, which works really good, better than Green Ranger actually. He swivels right here at the gauntlet. He has that same ball hinge style joint that we've seen with all the other Rangers, so we have an up and down hinge. Rotating that joint, we have an in and out hinge, and then we have a swivel. He does have an ab crunch, which works pretty well. It goes back that far, forward that far, but when you move it too far forward, you can see it does start separating his tiger armor, which is a little unfortunate, but it is a softer material, so it's not too big of a deal. He has a waist swivel. Legs go forward, back, and out. He swivels at the thigh. He is double jointed in the knees. He rotates at the boot, has a hinge in the ankle, and then we have forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So we can get Green or White Ranger here in quite a few poses which are really accurate to the show. Really like this figure. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have the White Ranger pose for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like this figure. And like I said, I honestly think he is my favorite design from all the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Growing up, I always loved the White Ranger and the Green Ranger. Even though red is my favorite color, I always liked the style that these two Rangers had, and let's actually bring in Green Ranger here really fast. So they look really awesome together, and they look fantastic when they're all in a group shot. So hopefully you guys can check out my Facebook page where I will have a group shot of all the Power Rangers from the Mighty Morphin series all in one shot, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this review, hope you found it informative. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews. All my Power Ranger reviews are also up, so check those out while you're at it. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. And until next time guys, I'll see you later. Take care everyone.